our third TrailBlazer talk, everybody. Tonight we have NRHA $1 Million rider Nathan Piper joining us with our coach Shannon Piggott. Nathan and his family live in Aubrey, Texas, and you might know him as the 2022 The Run for a Million champion aboard Patriot. He's also an NRHA Derby Reserve champion, an NRBC co-champion, and an AQHA world champion. So he has a ton of experience, and he also is a follower of Lanny Basham's teachings and processes, which many of you became aware of during the Ride Life Master Course. So we are super excited to have you tonight, Nathan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
It was really interesting because, Nathan, I did a 4-week course for my show teamer clients, those clients that, commit to a year of coaching with me. We ride, we show, we talk strategy. And, as we were doing this, I recognized that there was a big kind of hole in the program. And the program was kind of the mental process, that mental fortitude to be able to compete and show well. It's real easy to put a lot of your self-worth or value in 3 judges' opinion on one run or 1 judge's opinion on one run. And I'm curious to know, how do you feel about how defining your success according to one person's scorecard?
There's a time to think about winning, but it's not when you're competing. It's not while you're at the horse show. And so all of those helped me to get focused on the process of the competition, the maneuvers, and not focusing on the win. To look at the success step by step, that's how you get successful.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Lanny talks about a lot in the mental management system. That's his trademark system, is about running your mental program. It's about, your winning as a process, right? And process is primary. So when I think a little bit, this was like eye-opening for me because it made me think a little differently about how I train a horse and how I show a horse. And once I figured out that if I focused on the process, my nerves kind of went away. I don't know if you found that to be true.
Yeah, you bet. So, that's right. Lenny says that you can't have 2 thoughts at one time. And so when the nerves creep in or let's say it's the night before and you can't sleep. If I am laying there, I'll start viewing my pattern, and I'll run that perfect pattern in my mind.
Yeah. So we talk a lot about, when my clients come and, mostly what I do, Nathan, is I coach people with their horses. So their horses aren't in full-time training. They train at home. They try to school their horses at home. They come for lessons. They get exercises they can go home and work on. And then we go to the show to kind of test that progress. And so a big part of that is really creating those processes to set them up for success. And so it was, when I think a little bit about what we talk about, it's got deep roots in Lanny's program, which is we're trying to take conscious thoughts about skills, abilities, and we're trying to turn those into what Lanny calls subconscious actions. I'll call it autopilot for the sake of our call today, where you really don't have to think about how your body is moving or where it's moving or when it's going to move to execute a certain pattern or a certain class.
Do you want me to go ahead and show your spectacular run, Nathan? You can kind of visit about how this run was a little bit different for you.
Sure.
We're going to take a ride with you on this run. I'm excited.
So again, when we're going through that mental management process, we are supposed to be in the subconscious. You talked about that earlier, in the subconscious. While we're showing, the conscious is the training mind. The conscious is when we're at home. And I mean, when I was walking out of there, I really couldn't tell you if it was a good run or not. I was so in the zone. I was happy with, I knew he was good, but I didn't know how good until they called my score. and he was great. He was what I what's interesting to me in the mental management process, when you are confident and when you have your mental game on, you have another level of oneness with that animal. Like, I've had animals or horses walk in that pen, be nervous, and I can mentally calm them down because my mental management, the strength in the mental management changes. They sense my confidence. They sense there's nothing wrong, and I've had them calm down.
There occasionally folks will come and I get excited and I fall victim to this too, which is, you get in that spin and you think if you just pull a little harder, they'll go faster, but they don't, they go slower.
That's right. That's right. I teach them to want to be in the spin, and when they want it, they're going to speed up on their own. But you rarely feel that if you're telling them, you're saying, go spin, go spin. They're not going to speed up on their own. If they learn that's where they want to be all of a sudden, and I'm leaving them alone in the spin, then they're going to start craving it. And that's the greatest feeling, is when you feel their feet start speeding up and you're not asking them to.